Hello and welcome to Lily's Library. So today we're going to be doing my July reading vlog. So you would have already seen a couple of shots, but I have started a book. We also went to the Lifeline book sale in Brisbane, as well as a musical while we were there. We saw Beetlejuice, which was super fun, and I had such a good time with it. And we also went to a super cute cafe and I bought some matcha and it was really good. But I thought we'd talk about my main priority read for this vlog, at least at this stage. I'm unsure how I'm going to go about it because I've been starting to feel like I'm in a bit of a slump, but I did pick up a new book that I was really feeling like reading, and that is Fool's Assassin by Robin Hobb. I thought this was the perfect thing to fix me from feeling those slumpy feelings because I know I love this world, these characters, this writing, and I think I did make the perfect selection. So this is obviously book one in the Fits in the Fool trilogy, which is the final trilogy in the realm of the Elderlings, and I am about 70-80 pages in. I'm really enjoying it. A lot has happened. We're a lot later on. Fitz is a lot older. I'm very intrigued to see where this goes, but I'm having a great time with it. I am gonna go and do some reading. I need to take some book photos as well and put some books away. I made myself an iced matcha with some new matcha powder I bought in Brisbane yesterday, but I kind of messed up the ratio. I wanted to retry it, but I don't actually have any ice left. So I don't know what I'm going to do, whether I'm going to make a hot one or not. I kind of prefer ice ones, but we'll see. But yeah, I'm going to stop my yapping and I'm going to go and do some reading now. I've just finished reading a chapter. I am just about to start chapter 5. I was planning on reading another one right now, but I ended up having lunch and watching a bit of TV with my partner before he had to leave for work. But I'm actually going to pause where I'm at the moment. I'm just under 100 pages in. I'm on page 98. I'm a little bit nervous about what's happening, but we'll see where that goes with Fitz and Molly. I don't really like what's just happened in this chapter. It's made me very nervous about what it is. I don't know if it's actually true. Oh well, we're going to find it out. But I am enjoying this so far. Like I said, I haven't really read too much, but it's pretty good. But I'm going to go to Bunnings now. I need to buy some more cat grass for Chip. You can see him loafing on the pillow there behind me. But I also want to have a look at some flowers. It is winter at the moment, so I don't think it's really the right time to be planting anything. But I just want to have a look and see what there is and see if I can get away with putting anything in pots at the moment, just because I want to have a few more things in our garden. And we had someone come and fix the gardens lately because obviously we're renting here, and the landlord and stuff sent some people to cut down some branches because the people near us, they've got some vine thing that's been growing into it, and I've cut it off so many times, but it just doesn't go away, and I wasn't really too sure whether we could actually touch the gardens ourselves. So I'm glad that they did send someone, and they've cleared a bunch of the stuff that was there that I couldn't really get out myself, and also cut down some of the branches on a tree, so we've got a bit more light out there now, so it's really nice. So yeah, I want to go have a look and see if I can find any flowers and put them in some pots and put them around the garden. But we're going to see how we go. I don't want to spend too much time there, so we'll see. It is already 1:15, and I'd like to be back before 2:30, but we'll see how we go because I feel like it always takes me forever. But yeah, I'm going to go and get going now, and I'll take you with me. Okay, so I have finished actually planting my stuff. I think I forgot to update, but I've been reading for a bit and kind of looking at stuff online because I've been contemplating buying myself a camera. I do have a camera that I'm filming this on. This is the Osmo Pocket 3, but I've been really contemplating getting a Fujifilm because I want to start taking photos, and this is good, but it's just not really like a photo camera. But Anyways, I should have spent a lot more time reading, but I'm finally getting back into Fool's Assassin before I need to go and do some stuff. And I just needed to read you this little quote because, oh my God, I love Fitz so much. He's talking to Nettle and it's about the Fool, or Lord Golden as Nettle knows him. I loved that man as I've loved no one else. I do not say I loved him more than I love your mother, but that the way I loved him was different. Fitz, I really hope we get the Fool to come back in soon. Like, surely he's going to come in this book. I know this whole trilogy is going to obviously have to do with them since it's the Fitz and the Fool trilogy, but like, I'm 100 pages in, and I would love if he would come in now so I can have some more stuff between him and Fitz, but it's not looking like that's going to happen. So I'm going to go back to doing my reading. I'm going to finish the chapter I'm on, and then I got to go and do a couple things, and I'm going to try and read one more chapter tonight. We'll see, but I'm also contemplating, let me grab it, starting The Ending Writes Itself. I've been on a bit of a mystery kick at the moment, and I think this would be the perfect one. It also seems pretty short, so it would be nice to have a kind of fast-paced read, which I'm really hoping that's what that'll be. It's also kind of looking like there's the chance of storms. There's some really dark clouds in the distance, so I'll need to keep an eye on that and potentially go outside and bring in some washing. I'm going to stop yapping and get back to my reading. It's been a while since I checked in, but I managed to get to the 200 page mark of Fool's Assassin, and I'm really enjoying this. It's obviously a very slow starting book since it is Robin Hobb, but I'm enjoying it so far. I think it's very fun and interesting, and I love seeing these older characters. I am a little bit nervous about the events that are happening. I did speak about it earlier, about everything. I don't know if I'm going to go into spoilers for it, but everything that's happening with is just really stressing me out and making me really anxious at the moment. I don't know where it's going, but I feel like I'm not really liking it. At least like a specific element with Fitz and some other characters. But I'm gonna take a little pause on this for now. My plan was originally to read a chapter a day, but I think I'm just gonna take my time with this since I do have 2 months for each book in my book club. So we're gonna see how we go. I'll maybe come back to this every now and then, but I have been kind of reading some other books. So I've started reading a bit more of East of Eden again. I only read a couple pages, but I'm gonna slowly keep going through this because I am really intrigued by it. So I would like to make some more progress of this, but I'm probably not going to vlog it, to be honest. I might not do any updates. I might not do any updates until I have got some more done. But I also started The Ending Writes Itself. I only read a couple pages last night. I was just really tired and didn't really feel like reading, but still wanted to get something in. So I decided to start this one. I'm going to try and read a bit more today, I think, seeing as it is a bit of a shorter book compared to some of the other ones on my TBR. And I kind of feel like a mystery at the moment, so I'm hoping this will work out. Then today I also ended up going to the shops. I had to pre-order a book as a gift for my partner, and then Heartstopper Volume 6 came out. So I bought that and I literally just went and sat and finished reading it then. It is so cute and so sweet. It's such a bittersweet thing to have this be over. Like, it's such a sweet series. It's something that I wish had come out when I was a lot younger and a teenager and figuring out things with my sexuality and mental health as well. I think this is just such a sweet series. It's like such a perfect coming of age story, and I loved seeing these characters grow and everything, and I just love it so much, and I'm so excited for the movie that's coming out really soon, I think. But yeah, I just went and picked this up this afternoon and immediately read it because, of course, it's a quick read as well. So I'm definitely glad to have that. And yeah, I wasn't going to buy it yet, but then I saw lots of people posting about it and I've been seeing it everywhere at the shops lately. So I'm like, I'm just going to pick it up and read it. I'd like something nice and sweet and lighthearted that I know I'm going to enjoy. And then while I was also at the shops pre-ordering that book, I saw something that I hadn't seen in the shops here before, and that is The Caretaker. This is by Marcus Claywell. This is the same author of We Used to Live Here. I don't know why I was struggling to say that, but I'm very excited for this one. I might read it tonight. We'll see. But this is, I think it's kind of set in the same world as We Used to Live Here. I think maybe they're connected in some way, or maybe they're just like canonically in the actual same universe and everything. But it's about a woman who applies for this job as a caretaker and is on the Oregon coast surrounded by wilderness, and I'm not too sure. Sounds interesting, but yeah, it sounds like it's going to have similar stuff kind of to do with We Used to Live Here, which I really enjoyed. So I'll see if I do start this tonight. I've been kind of leaning towards horror stuff lately, or wanting to pick something up, but I've been very indecisive on what. So we're going to see how we go. But yeah, it's It's about 3 in the afternoon. It's kind of cold, so I think I'm going to put on some warmer stuff and maybe close some of the windows just to try and keep a bit more warmth in here. But I want to do a bit more reading. I also got myself a camera. I'm actually going to grab it and show you it. But I've been wanting to get myself a photography camera for a while, and I was trying to figure out which one, and I decided to go with a Fujifilm. This is the XM5 because I can also use it for videos, and I like that it's got a viewfinder that like actually comes out and you can flip around. So you can use it this way because me and my partner are going to Tasmania soon, and I thought it'd be cute to be able to take photos together. And also if I want to use this for videos as well, I can. But I still need to figure it out because I was trying to save some of my own custom presets on it because you can change them to these and stuff. But I don't know if I did it right. I got to figure it out because I changed it all last night and it says it's there, but when I go and turn it on and put on those settings, it doesn't look like there's anything actually there with it. But I don't know. I think it's going to take me a little bit to figure it out because I'm not used to it. But let me see. I've also like been playing around with the settings to see if I can get it to like focus differently. So we're going to see how we go. But yeah, I think it's pretty cool. You can see me there. But yeah, I'm going to probably actually play around with this for a little bit and put something on the TV, maybe try and find some videos of how to actually get these presets to work because nothing seems to be working with it, which is weird. Because yeah, I saved one of them as C1, sorry, that I wanted, but then it doesn't look like any of that actually saved. So I think I'm going to have to try and play around with it again and see if I can get it to work. But I probably yapped for long enough. I'm going to I got to hang out some washing and I'm going to put in some warmer clothes and probably make myself a hot drink. I was originally thinking an iced matcha, but I think something warmer would be better. So I'm going to do all of that now and update you once I've got some more reading done. But weekend plans as well. I don't really have too much planned. I think we might try and go do some different gardens and parks tomorrow so I can test this bad guy out and we'll see where we go from there. We're also going to dinner tomorrow night because it is me and my partner's anniversary in a couple of days and he's working on the night that we could go for dinner and I work during the day, so it's just not going to work out. So we're going to do something early. So yeah, I also really want to watch Ready or Not 2 because that's out on Disney Plus now, so I might see if we can do that tomorrow at some point. But yeah, we'll see how we go. I'm going to go play around with my camera and see if I can get those settings to actually save and work properly. But yeah, we'll see how we go. Okay, I have finished another book. I ended up finishing The Ending Writes Itself. This is by Evelyn Clark, which is by Kat Clark and V.E. Schwab, and I really, really enjoyed this. I'm not always a mystery person. It's really not my preferred genre, but I do really enjoy it when I do read it, and I think this was a really good one. It's so entertaining and just funny, and the twist really shocked me, and it was also very entertaining as well when it was like revealed and what happened with it. But if you haven't heard of this one, this is a new 2026 release. It follows 6 authors that get sent to one private island to finish this renowned author's final book because he left his last book in his last series unfinished when he died. And they get given 72 hours to write the perfect ending to it, but the perfect ending could also lead to their deaths. And it's very interesting and fun and entertaining, and I loved the cast of characters. You really start off hating a lot of them, but kind of when you get their perspective and get to be inside their head, you really learn a lot more. And I thought it was just so well done how everything happened and how it all played out. And I just really loved this one. It definitely makes me want to read some more mysteries and thrillers. There's a couple more I'm looking into acquiring. I'm going to look and see if my library has one. And there is a YA release that comes out in the beginning of August I'm hoping to try and get. But I just really loved this one. I thought it was so fun and such a solid read. And it was very quick as well. It took me a little bit longer than I would have thought to read it, but it was still a very quick read compared to things I have been reading lately. But after that, I ended up starting another book last night, and that is the Don't Fear the Reaper by Stephen Graham Jones. This is the second book in the Indian Lake trilogy. I do have a physical copy of this, but I started reading the ebook of it because it's part of the Kobo Plus thing, and I just was too lazy to go go downstairs and get my book from my shelf because it was really cold last night. So I have started reading that one. I've only read the first like chapter-ish, but the first chapter was fucking full on. Already started with a guy getting gutted, but I'm really enjoying it. I'm very much enjoying this horror mystery kick at the moment. I think I'm definitely going to be picking up a few more horror books and probably abandoning my TBR besides besides Fool's Assassin, which I'm slowly reading. But I'm having such a great time with these books. I think I am going to have a look on my shelf and see if I've got anything else once I've done and read more of Don't Fear the Reaper, but I am really enjoying this mystery and horror kick at the moment, so we might keep it going. I think it also helps that me and my partner watched Ready or Not 2 on the weekend because that's now on Disney here, and that was really good as well. I'm just very much enjoying slashes and mysteries and horrors, so I'm gonna have a look and see what else I can consume that is also part of that. But I'm gonna go now and go and chill for a bit before I do some more reading. But yeah, I thought that was it for a nice little update. I ended up finishing Don't Fear the Reaper by Stephen Graham Jones. I was actually reading this on my Kobo, but I do have a physical copy of it. But these books are part of Kobo Plus, so they were free to read, or free with Kobo Plus included in it. But I really enjoyed this one. I read My Heart is a Chainsaw a couple of years ago now and thought it was really good. I just didn't think it was my favorite, but this book was absolutely incredible. I think I will eventually go back and reread My Heart is a Chainsaw just because I think I will like it a lot more on the reread. I think as well I do prefer reading these books physically rather than, or like reading them with my eyes rather than reading them with my ears and listening to the audiobook. I don't think it's a fault of the audiobook. I think they just work better for me as I actually read them with my eyes. But these are just such incredible books. If you haven't heard of these books, these are part of the Indian Lake trilogy. It is a slasher trilogy set in Indian Lake, or Idaho really, in Proof Rock, and it is very messed up and dark, but so much fun at the same time. In these books, we follow Jade Richards, who is a local girl in this town, and she is obsessed with slashers. In the first book, it's set over the July 4 weekend, I guess, or on July 4, and she's adamant that there is a slasher that is in town and everyone is going to die. And these books are just horrifying in the best possible way. There are so many different references to slashers and other films in this. This one also talks a bit about the Breakfast Club, and there's a really good scene at the very end that I absolutely loved, and the callbacks to that. But it also made me realize how many slashers I really need to watch. This really does kind of like flip the final girl trope on its head, but also explores it in really new ways. And it is just so good. Like I said, it references a lot of different slashers. In this, we talk about Scream, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street. We talk a bit about Alien as well, because obviously Ripley is a final girl, and it's just so good. And yeah, I really want to get a list of all of the slashers that are referenced in these books and watch them all, because there's definitely a lot I haven't watched, but I just really love this book so much. I feel like it's hard to talk about without spoiling it, because it is absolutely brutal and insane and so just so incredible. I loved how gory it was at times, but not like, I don't even know how to explain the ways in which it was gory, but it is just so bloody and gritty and just incredible, and I really had a good time with it. I have no other words besides that I loved it. I think I will try and formulate my opinions and thoughts a lot more and do a proper review on this. It's probably something I'll look at posting on Storygraph and Instagram, and maybe going into some more spoilers of it, because I feel like these books are quite difficult to talk about without spoiling things, especially if you don't want to know about how the characters die and how all the deaths play out. But yeah, I think I'm honestly going to go and delve straight into book 3. I just really had a great time with this. It was incredible, and yeah, Stephen Graham Jones is such a king of horror, and I can't wait to read more of his books. Okay, so it's been a while since I sat down and did a reading update, but I have been doing a little bit of reading today. I am reading The Angel of Indian Lake. I don't remember if I ever updated to say that I actually started this, but I am more than halfway through. I think I'm about 60-ish% of the way through. I've got 4 hours to go. We are making progress. I'm really enjoying it. It's really good. I think so far, Don't Fear the Reaper is my favorite from this trilogy. There was a Harry Potter reference in this book that was very unexpected, and honestly it brings my rating down anytime those are in books. So there was that, but I'm enjoying it. I did not expect one of the deaths that happened. It was really brutal and just sad. I really didn't want that character to die, but yeah, my plans for this afternoon are to watch Widow's Bay. I've decided to start it. I also bought myself some nail polish. I'm going to paint my nails as well. I got this really cool, let me see if it'll focus, this really cool green one, which is really nice. It's like green and gold and everything. It's from Resistance Polish, which is an Australian small business, I think. I also got their top coat just because I'm always running out of top coats, I feel. So it's always nice to have them. And then if I can get this other one out, I also got this really beautiful blue one. This is like one of their magnetic ones. I don't think I'm going to use this yet, but I got it along with a magnet, so I might try those another time. I think I'm going to go, watch the show and slowly paint my nails throughout the episode. I've just gone and tried to remove my cuticles. It's not something I usually do, but I thought I would try it. I bought like the Sally Hansen cuticle remover, but I'm going to try it. And then I got a new base coat yesterday from the shops as well, just an OPI one. But my hands are hella dry, so I'm trying not to touch anything and get oil on them because I went and used like stuff to try and probably make it last. So we're going to watch the show, paint my nails, and then I'm going to go back to reading. I'd like to try and finish The Angel of Indian Lake tonight, but we'll see how we go with it. I don't know if that's going to be possible, but we'll just have to wait and see. And yeah, I'm hoping I can try and finish 2 books before the end of the month. It is currently the 27th of July, so only a couple days left, and I go to Tasmania on the 31st, so I'd like to try and finish a few books before then, and then maybe take a shorter one on the plane with me, or just take the books I'm planning on reading in August on the plane with me, but we'll see how we go. I just like to try and avoid packing a book that I'm like almost done, if I know I could finish it before I go to the airport and go on the flight, but we'll see. The flight would also be good in time to do some reading. But I'm just rambling now, but I have the week off work before I go away. I just wanted a bit more extra time to chill and do stuff and spend time with my partner, so we both have the week off work, so we'll see how we go with reading, but I'm going to stop yapping, start watching this show, and get to painting my nails. Okay, excuse any background noise you can hear, but the neighbors are playing music really loud. It's kind of getting annoying. But I finished painting my nails. You would have seen before. It's really nice. I'm getting better at painting my nails. My right hand always turns out bad because I am right-handed, and I'm still working on getting steadier with my left hand, but they look so cool. I love how reflective they are. It's like this really nice green with gold in it. I'll actually grab the nail polish and tell you what it is. So I said before, but it is by an Australian small brand. They're based in Naarm, Melbourne, and it is called Resistance Polish, and this is actually a fundraising one. This one is called May the Olive Groves Thrive, and it was actually raising money for a Palestinian organization. I don't remember the name, I'll have to double check it, but it's just this really beautiful color and I love it. I just want to eat it. I love these kinds of greeny golds. They're just so beautiful. But I have done that. I've also watched 2 episodes of Widow's Bay, and I'm really enjoying it. It is so creepy and uncomfortable. That scene with the clown in episode 2 was, just gross, but I'm really enjoying it. I think I'm definitely going to be continuing it. I can see why this is very popular. It's been something I've been wanting to watch since that first trailer for it dropped. So I'm up to episode 3. I think I'm going to watch it and then go back to reading. So I don't know what's going to happen with the rest of the show, but I'm really, really enjoying it. It's kind of making me feel a bit kind of how the Indian Lake books have been feeling. I don't know if there's a lot of similarities, like that kind of isolated small town area with a weird body of water around it. This one is obviously being an island and being a bay on the island, whereas Indian Lake is set on Indian Lake in Prufrock, and it's just very similar eerie vibes with weird stuff happening in an island, and all the residents kind of are aware of it to a degree, besides the mayor, where kind of the opposite in a way in My Heart is a Chainsaw, at least the first one, where our main character was the only one aware of everything and everyone else was in the dark, kind of not believing her. So I am very intrigued by this one. I think I'm going to watch another episode. It's getting a little bit later now in the afternoon. It's about 5:40, so I'm going to, watch this episode, give my nails more time to dry, and then I'm probably going to go and get changed into my new pajamas. I got a really cute pair of cat ones. They're like pink stripes with cats on them because my old pajamas were just kind of getting a bit old and I needed new ones, and these were on sale, so I'll show you those later. But yeah, I'm going to watch this episode, go and get changed later, and then I'm going to go back to doing some reading. I really want to try and finish The Angel of Indian Lake, but I don't think that's going to happen anymore since I'm very addicted to this, and we are going to be watching some other stuff later. But we'll see how we go. If I can get a decent way through it, I'd like to try and finish it tomorrow morning, and then move on to reading more of Fool's Assassin to see if I can get this done. I really don't think I'm going to be able to get it done. We're not really even halfway yet, but I would like to try and finish this before the end of the month. I might end up picking up Heaven by Miyako Kawakami, which was on my TBR, and I've yet to pick up, but that's only like 100-ish pages, maybe 200 max, so I might end up reading that instead just to try and get another book done, and I really want to reduce my physical TBR. I've also got 3 books that I'm unhauling. One of them I think I spoke about last month, and that was Yesteryear. I ended up DNFing that, and I'm going to unhaul it, I think, and then I've got 2 other books, but I'll talk about them later on, I think at the end of this video, if I remember. If not, they'll be in a separate video. But I'm going to go back to watching this show, and yeah, I will talk to you later once I hopefully have a reading update and have finished a book. This is making me so nervous. I'm like the third last chapter and it's fucked up. God. Hello. So it is a lot later now. I actually finished reading The Angel of Indian Lake a couple of hours ago, but I just forgot to update. I ended up just having some lunch and watching a TV show with my partner, and then I was doing some Myrtles. But I really enjoyed this one. I think Don't Fear the Reaper is my favorite from the trilogy. I thought this one was really good. I don't know. I just think I did really prefer Don't Fear the Reaper. This was still a really good conclusion and wrap up. I feel like I was still a tiny bit maybe confused on some of the details with some people that had carried over from book 2, but I had just a really good time with this. This was still like a solid 4-star read. I think it might have been a bit higher, maybe. I don't know. The Harry Potter reference did definitely lower the rating, which I know is such a minuscule thing, but that's not really something I want to see in my books. And I think it's just gross having a transphobe and a TERF in your book referenced at all. So, yeah, that was part of it. But it was still such a great wrap-up and conclusion to that trilogy. Absolutely insane and kind of unhinged. I think that's kind of also maybe what brought my rating down a little bit. It just kind of felt very all over the place, not in necessarily a bad way, but just in a way that I didn't really fully enjoy, because all of a sudden all these bears started coming out from everywhere and eating people, which... interesting. I have so many thoughts. I thought it was very entertaining and a very bittersweet ending. I'm kind of a bit disappointed in how it ended. I hoped we'd get like a bit more of a wrap up, but I guess things still did wrap up in their own way. But yeah, still a very solid ending, and I'm glad that I have finally finished this trilogy after like a couple of years. Actually, I want to check how long ago it was that I read the first book. So yeah, it was almost 2 years ago that I read the first book. I think I should have read all three of them back to back, because I did read the first book just as the third one was releasing. So I really, yeah, wish I had done them back to back, but that's okay. I still had a really great time with them. They're still definitely an incredible slasher series, incredible supernatural horror series. If you are looking for some very fun and brutal and bloody and really sad horrors, I highly recommend them. I also did love that Jade came out in the end. I was kind of wondering and thinking if she actually was queer, and it seems like she is, which I do love queer characters, and that was a pleasant surprise. But I've still got a couple of days left in the month. It is the 28th. I'm hoping we can try and finish this. I haven't read anything since I last updated you on it or spoke about it. Let's see where I'm up to. I'm currently on chapter 11. We've got a bit happening. We just actually had a chapter from B's perspective, which is spoilers for Realm of the Elderlings. If you don't want to hear spoilers, skip ahead to when I'm not talking. But it was, yeah, from the perspective of B, which is Molly and Fitz's Molly and Fitz's daughter, who is, there is something going on with B. I don't know whether I'm very confused by her. I'm assuming we're going to get more answers on what is going on with her, but it was very interesting having something from her perspective, and it was a very sad and unexpected chapter, because in it, Molly actually ends up dying, which I kind of didn't really feel anything for, because it kind of happened so quick. Like, I've never hated Molly as a character, but she's never really been one of my favorites. I was never really the biggest fan of her and Fitz's relationship. I just feel like Fitz really didn't know what he was doing there, and it really kind of maybe shouldn't have been a thing. I don't know. But it was still quite sad, obviously, that had happened, and B losing her mother. But I'm very interested to see what happens next with it. This next chapter is called The Last Chance. So I think I am going to go read it now. It is a bit of a chunky chapter, actually, now that I'm flipping through. It is about 50 pages long, which is not super long, I guess, in the scheme of things, but it's still a decent size, especially with how thick this book is. But I'm hoping I can read up to, let's see, I'm on page 230. I'm hoping we can maybe get up to chapter 14 tonight, which would be on to 314, and then I'll do the math and see how many pages I would have left for each day. But I'd really like to try and read a decent amount. This is a 600-page book, and if I can get up to 300 pages tonight, that'll give me 3 days to read 300 pages-ish, which would actually work out if I could read 100 pages. So I think that is actually doable. I think, yeah, that is my goal, actually, to get up to that 300-ish page mark so that I can finish out the month with this book. If I can finish it before the 31st, that would honestly be ideal, because obviously my flight to Tasmania is on the 31st, so I don't really want to have to take this book with me if I've only got that last little bit to go. I'm just thinking about space and not wanting to lug stuff around, but we'll see how we go. Maybe I'll have a look and see if I can find a cheap digital copy of this book, or see if my library has one. And if I do need to read it on the plane, then I can just read it digitally and not have any of that physical book space taken up. But I'm going to stop yapping now and get to reading. Actually, I'm probably going to feed my cat first, because he's been bugging me and it's his dinner time. But yeah, I would like to make a decent amount of progress on this one tonight. I really need to read 3 chapters in order to get up to, or 2 chapters really, 3 chapters to get up to that goal that I want. But we'll see how we go. Back, but I'm so glad he's back, but I don't know what's going on. This is very stressful. This is so sad. Wherever he had come from, he had journeyed a long way to bring agony to my door. I wasn't having it. It's not the Fool, but it is someone from the Fool. I really wonder when the Fool is going to come into this, especially since it's called Fool's Assassin and it's the Fits in the Fool trilogy. But, oh well, I'm going to go back to reading. Okay, it is a whole lot later and I genuinely cannot remember the last thing I filmed because I didn't get a chance to actually wrap this vlog up before I went away, and I'm now back and it's almost the middle of August. But I did actually end up finishing Fool's Assassin. I ended up listening to the last little bit of this on audio and I really enjoyed it. It was so tense and interesting and I am so nervous and prepared for book 2. I want to delve into it like right now, but I will have some self-restraint and wait until September to start it. But I really enjoyed this. I loved seeing the journey that Fitz went on. There were so many unexpected twists, especially at the end. I was actually listening to some of the audiobook of this when I was driving to a book event earlier, or towards the end of the month, and I took a wrong turn because I was so interested and shocked by what was happening, and it took me a little bit longer to get to where I was meant to go than it normally would. So it was a very great book. I think that just tells you how incredible these books are. I just absolutely loved it. Again, I feel like it's so hard to talk about some of these books without really spoiling it. So if you don't want spoilers, I think it's maybe best to just not watch the rest of this video, maybe? I don't know. But it's so interesting. I don't know if I've spoken about it or not yet, but the bit that made me take a wrong turn and get distracted while driving was when Fitz stabbed and almost killed the Fool. Because the Fool was like an old man and couldn't see and was blind and was holding B, and holding B meant that he could see because B's obviously some kind of white as well. And Fitz thought that beggar or some crazy old guy was trying to take his daughter, and he immediately went into action and stabbed him. And then we kind of get the panic of Fitz trying to fix everything, and I'm so interested. I kind of get why he just immediately went and left B and went straight for the Fool for Buckkeep, but I feel like surely they could have taken B with them. But the last chapter of this book is called The Raid, and it was so fucking tense. And I was so nervous about what happened, but basically these people that had been hunting the Fool over these years found Fitz's place. They found Withy Woods, and B was there, and they kill pretty much everyone, and B gets taken hostage. And I am so nervous about what's gonna go on because B clearly doesn't realize she's at risk and that these people are properly a threat. She kind of just feels like that she's with them, I guess, and that they're like her, and she realizes that they're her family and could belong. So I'm very nervous about that, but I thought it was very interesting having all these chapters from B's perspectives, because in these books we've only really got Fitz's perspective. So I'm very intrigued to see where the next 2 books go. Like I said, I really want to start them like right now, but I will have some self-restraint and wait until September to move on to book 2 to give more people in the book club some time. But I really enjoyed this. It was such a great book to end the month with. Like I said, I was listening to that last bit on audiobook as I drove to the airport, and I'm really annoyed that I didn't have book 2 with me because I would have started it as soon as I got to the airport and was waiting for my flight. But in a way, I think it's probably good as well. But it was just such a great way to end the month. But that is it for the end of this reading vlog. Sorry it was a little bit chaotic. I feel like it's been a bit difficult to film stuff with it. But yeah, make sure you stick around for some more videos and reading vlogs like these, and make sure you like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.